Hello everyone. In today's video, we will discuss about the law of relinquishment, letting go to grow. Life, much like a tree in the changing seasons, teaches us the profound beauty of letting go. In the autumn, the leaves fall effortlessly, not because the tree has fell, but because releasing them is necessary to make space for the new buds in spring. This natural cycle mirrors the law of relinquishment, the art of releasing what no longer serves us so that new blessing can take root. Often, we hold on to relationships, beliefs, and situations that have outlived their purpose. We cling to them like a tree refusing to shed its leaves in the fall, fearing that emptiness may follow. But just as a tree trusts the rhythm of nature, we too must trust that letting go creates room for renewal, growth, and transformation. While we hold on, the comfort and familiarity. Imagine standing at the edge of the cliff, holding on to a rope that stretches across the abyss. Below you lies the unknown, a vast and uncharted space, but the rope, though frayed and weakening, feels familiar. You know its texture, its way, even though it burns your hands, you hesitate to let go. We often grip tightly to what is familiar, relationships that no longer nourish us, careers that drain our souls, or habits that limit our growth. We do this because the unknown feels daunting. Our ego convinces us that staying in the familiar pain is safer than venturing into unfamiliar possibilities. Yet this is an illusion. The law of relinquishment asks us to trust the unseen and believe that the space left behind after letting go will not remain empty for long. It will be filled with new opportunities, growth, and grace, but only when we loosen up our grip. The metaphor of the garden pruning for new blossom. Consider the metaphor for the gardener tending to a thriving garden. Each season, the gardener prunes the plants, removing dead leaves and branches at the first glance. This process may be destructive, cutting away what once flourished, but the gardener understands that this act of removal is not an end but the beginning. Pruning is necessary for the plants to grow stronger. Without it, dead branches consume the plant's energy, preventing new buds from blooming. Similarly, in our lives, holding on to outdated beliefs, toxic relationships, and unfulfilling paths saps our vitality. Only by pruning the unnecessary, we can channel our energy toward what truly matters. Letting go, an act of faith and courage. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is an act of faith and courage. It is choosing to trust that when one door closes, another opens. A door that leads to a space greater alignment with our purpose. When we release the weight we've been carrying, we lighten our spirits and open ourselves to unexpected blessing. This principle is beautifully echoed in Isaiah 43 verse 18 to 19. Quote, "Forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" End quote. God reminds us that new beginnings are already unfolding, but we must first relinquish the old to make space for them. What are we called to let go of? First, toxic relationships, like weeds that choke the life out of the flourishing garden. Unhealthy relationships suffocate our growth. We cling to them out of habit, fear of loneliness, or a misplaced sense of loyalty. Yet, true love and genuinely relationships should nourish our souls, not deplete them. Letting go of toxic people does not mean you lack compassion. It means you respect yourself enough to step away from harm. By releasing what drains you, you invite space for meaningful connections to blossom. Limiting belief, our minds often hold on to limiting beliefs like heavy anchors, keeping us rooted in scarcity and doubt. Thoughts such as I'm not good enough, or I don't deserve happiness, or success is for others, not me, create invisible barriers. The law of relinquishment encourages us to release these mental chains and adopt belief that empower us. As Jesus said in Matthew 9 verse 29, quote, according to your faith, let it be done to you. End quote. Our reality shifts when we believe that we are worthy of abundance, love, and peace. Past mistakes and regrets. Regrets are like shadows that follow us, reminding us of where we fell short. But living in the past robs us of present and blinds us to future possibilities. Philippians 3:13-14 encourages us, quote, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal. End quote. Letting go of past mistakes does not mean denying them. It means learning, growing, and choosing to move forward with grace. Fear of change. Change, though uncomfortable, is seed of growth. Fear keeps us in our comfort zones, convincing us that staying the same is safer than risking the unknown. But life begins at the edge of our comfort zone. Embrace change as divine invitation to become who you are meant to be, like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. Transformation requires the courage to leave the safety of the familiar. The empty vessel, making space for abundance. Imagine an empty vessel waiting to be filled. If we attempt to pour fresh, pure water into a vessel already brimming with stale, murky liquid, the new water is tainted, but by emptying the vessel, we can receive the fresh, nourishing water that awaits us. In the same way, when we hold on to outdated dreams, unhealthy attachments, and limiting beliefs, we crowd out the blessing God intends for us. Relinquish is the act of emptying your vessel, trusting that it will be filled with something far greater than we've released. The butterfly metaphor, transformation through release. The journey of the caterpillar mirrors our own process of letting go. Uncased in its cocoon, the caterpillar undergoes a complete metamorphosis. To emerge as a butterfly, it must shed its former self entirely. The cocoon, a place of safety, becomes a constraint that must be broken. Transformation demands release. The caterpillar's Willingness to leave the familiar behind allows it to take flight. Similarly, when we relinquish the past, we free ourselves to rise, evolve, and soar into higher version of ourselves. Practical steps to practice relinquishment. Identify what no longer serves you. Reflect on the area of your life where you feel drained, stagnant, or burdened. Ask yourself, is this relationship nurturing or depleting me? Do these beliefs empower or limit me? Am I holding on out of fear or genuine desire? Trust the process. Just as seed cannot sprout without first breaking through its shell, growth requires trust in the unknown. Trust that letting go is not losing but gaining space for something better. Release with grace. When you let go, do so with gratitude. Thank the experience, relationship, or belief of what is taught you and release it with love. Invite new possibilities. Once space is created, invite new opportunities. Be open to surprises, for God often exceeds our expectation when we surrender to His plan. Biblical assurance, the promise of new beginning. In Jeremiah 29:11, God assures us, quote, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." End quote. When we relinquish what no longer meant to us, we align ourselves with divine timing and open the door to blessings beyond our imagination. Conclusion. The gift of letting go, the law of relinquishment, teaches us letting go is not an end but sacred beginning. Like the tree that sheds its leaves in autumn, we are invited to trust that letting go makes space for new life to bloom. Prune with faith, release with love, and watch as God fills the empty spaces with grace and abundance. When we surrender, we step into the flow of life. When transformation unfolds and our souls are set free to soar, letting go is not a loss. It is an invitation to embrace a new, more beautiful season of life. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please subscribe and click like to help my channel to grow. Thank you.